Welcome back, friends. Thank you for returning. Stitching in Sequins. McKenna here. Hope you guys have been well since my last video. Lots of good things to show you today. Let's just jump on in. I'm a little high. Let's bring it down just a tad. Let's go back up though, because now we're gonna have a guest every time I make a video. That's right. That's Michael. I framed Michael up, his honorary spot. Yes. You guys that don't do videos. I'm like, you don't know how difficult it can be sometimes. All right, let's start off with sweet card that I got in the mail from my lovely friend, Miss Lisa. Halloween card. Thank you, Lisa. And she said that there's no way this card wasn't made for you. Wicked. It's true. It's true. I've been totally slacking though on Halloween this year. I've not put out any decorations, nothing inside, nothing out. But I've been a tad busy. So, talk about that at the end. Let's get into lovely stitching. I have 3 finishes since my last video. October, I wanted to do, I think I pulled like 3 new charts for possible new starts. I stitch a lot in my office, especially as of recently. I would watch a lot of FlossTube on my computer while I'm working or filling orders or whatever, and then I kind of burnt myself out of watching YouTube, FlossTube. So we have Netflix, so I have been watching Netflix on my computer in here and stitching, because then I can just watch what I want, like all the true crime. Oh my god, Unsolved Mysteries. Mindhunter. All right, I digress. This is Halloween, where H is for Halloween. This is from Country Rustic Primitives on Etsy. I will link this down below. It does look all weird, but it's not. It lays nice. So let's start off. I used my 1884 Stitchery Silks, 1884 Stitchery Silks by Icky Clean for this piece. And I think I stitched this up in like 2 days. The back, I did find some Halloween fabric, and then what I do, I stitch all the way around. Back in focus, I stitch the piece all the way around, and then I carefully cut just the fabric layer, a small opening, push everything inside out. And then I use, obviously, a small piece of the same backing fabric and use it as a patch. And I try to put it on so it looks, let's see, it looks seamless. And I just use that Eileen's glue and paint the whole thing and then stick it on. So I fill the inside with rice, or I know this one has some leftover diamond painting drills. So if you diamond paint and you finish a kit and you have drills left over, you're not sure what to do, save them and use them to include in little pillows here. So the colors that I used were Rubbed Ash and rubbed copper, and those are from my silks. So yeah, loved how this turned out. Super cute. Now I can put it in my kitchen to be enjoyed. Another finish that I was able to bust out. I stitched this on Mellow from Picture This Plus. This is a design called Thea from Avlia Modern Folk Embroidery. I carry Avlia on 1884, so go ahead and check them out. Really great, unique cross-stitch designs, which of course I'm here for all day. And I just love how this turned out. There were just a handful of colors, and yeah, just love. A little bit of backstitch around this blue flower, and then here, but that was it. That's easy enough. So yeah, stitched it up, and I decided to go for a round frame. One, because I didn't have a square frame that matched, and I think round frames, there's just something, it just makes the piece a lot more interesting. It's unexpected, and I think that it fits really well. So yeah, there is my second finish. That there. Now, I had talked about my LDS, my Opus piece. Well, let's go back. I started this Opus piece by Long Dog Sampler in 2018. So this was my oldest whip. However, my OCD has a problem with having whips stick around for so long. I am definitely a product stitcher. And I love this piece, and I loved where I had this piece, my vision for it. And I had shared with you guys that the black that is called in this for the 310, 55,715 stitches. One, that's a lot of damn stitches. Two, I'm going to find the loophole in that. I decided to, that black is outlined in all of the, is outlined by everything. So you could stitch the black and get enough detail. I cut off this upper border. So I decided that's what I was going to do, because I liked the look of like a mono color, but also getting a ton of detail. So I had started this back in 2018. This fabric is 22 count hardanger in tobacco. I got this piece while I was in New Jersey. And so took off the border, and as you can see, there was enough black, which I converted into DMC 806 to do just the black areas called for, and it would show enough detail. So there are my creepy men, my birds eating balls, and I don't think I gave this guy, I didn't give him a name. So I love how this looks, and Joe really liked it too. He thought it was really cool and unique. I fell out of love with it. And I don't think it's the case of, because when I started it, I did like 2 blocks. So I don't think it's the case of I broke myself out on it. I think it's, there's just so much good stuff to stitch, and I'm not in love with this anymore. So I forced myself to pick it up, and I thought, okay, I'll stitch on this a thread or 2 every day till it's done to round off this 3rd motif. So I was all into it. I'm going to get another finish done, all excited. So I put 2 lengths in, grabbed my bag to do another length. I was out of 806. So then I go searching in my box. No 806. I have this huge bin of DMC on the floor that I sell in lots. Check out 1884 Stitchery. No 806. So I was like, darn it, I can't finish this. So I had to put this away before I got more 806. The same thing also happened with this piece. I needed more of this gold to fill in this heart, and the gold here and here. Same thing. Look through my box, look through my bin, none. It's okay. So this is where this is going to be finished at. I'm unsure of what to do with it. But talking to Arlene, Works by ABC, I decided, one, it would be cool to frame it up, but I've been trying to get rid of some stuff in my office. Not Michael. Nothing here. Nothing here. I did take off some stuff on my board though. And then I moved this around and dusted. But you know, tastes change. I haven't given away any of my stitching, but I have a couple pieces of like Save the Stitches up on my website under charity, so check that out. It was just getting a bit much in here. So I've decided I'm going to do a drum with this. Now, drums are so easy to make, they say. I'm gonna look and see. I'm gonna Google the YouTube and see what I think. I also wouldn't mind sending this out to be finished for me. So, yeah. So that is Opus. So put down below if you have a finisher that you love. Let me know. I'm not opposed to like cross-stitch stores, but I would send this to, I would prefer to send this to maybe someone that does it like out of their house, like a small business, finishing business. So let me know. Give me information down below. This out of the way. Update on store stuff. I have put a huge discount on, just woke up too from a nap. I've put a discount on all Michael Powell charts kits, John Clayton, Bendy Stitchy Designs, and Scarlet Letter. So if you've been eyeing any Scarlet Letter charts, go, because I have a ton of them that are either out of print or you cannot find them in the kit form anymore. Also check out the charity tab. And yes, Owl Forest update. I hope to receive my Owl Forest shipment. I would go either a week and a half. So stay tuned on Facebook and Instagram for when that arrives, because remember, when it does arrive, I then send out a date and a time when the items will be available for purchase. I always set them available for purchase on a weekend. I have new charts and new kits coming, restocking on threads. Oh, I have a, don't spill the hot chocolate, Primitive and Wood. You guys loved that stuff that I brought you. So she is working on getting everything together for me to send me another order. That stuff, however, because I purchased more, and everything is laser cut, made by hand. So it was going to take her, she said, about 2 weeks to get everything together and send it out to me, but the end of this week is 2 weeks. So I'm hoping I'll get an email from her that it's almost on its way to me. Museum of Death, Hollywood, California. Great museum. Is there one in Vegas? There's a couple locations. Highly recommend it. Love it. Not for the squeamish. I would totally go back to that. All right, what else do I have to show you? What I've been working on. My dark October stitching. I had a new start on the, was it on the 13th? Or was it just sometime in October? Don't remember. Mystic. I have a couple of these available in store. This is Mystic by Courtney Collection. Same designer who did Nightmare with a K, the big helmet piece that I did. So I've been eyeing this one for a while because, as you can see, not a lot of stitching. I love the negative space. And God, I forgot to look at comments before I got on here, but I forgot who says that. I always had a hard time looking at this. Like, okay, what is this that she's holding? And somebody in my last video said maybe a tarot card. I love that. So, this is 105 by 120. This is where I'm at. So, I started in the middle. I love how this flower came out. I started in the middle, her nose, mouth, eyes, and then I worked up and around. So I think this is the bottom of the page. And then obviously I came back and came back down. So I'm working on what I can before I have to move the Q-snap. This fabric is, was this Ametrine from Silk Weaver. I love the subtle color changes. I think it's just really, really neat. This piece I will be getting professionally framed. I can already tell I'm going to go that way. And Emily C, Eclectic Possessions, she has a gal at her Michael's that she loves for framing. I'm going to give my Michael's a go. So obviously I'm going to go in there and be all tough on them and ask, you know, do you have experience with cross stitch and no gluing? Let me do the gluing. So yes, because if they mess it up, you know, they'll hear it from me. Okay, another new start that I had. I'm just full of new starts, but I looked at my Tiny Decision app and updated that the other day, and I only have 6 whips, 7 whips. So I can do more whips. Susana Foley, Tombstone Angel, Kathy Barrick. Again, I don't know what's this with the one color. I guess it's my thing. Love the Tombstone Angels up here. This guy, it looks like he's like flexing for me. Do you see it? Because here's his face and this is his arms and he's flexing. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be, but that's what I see, and now that's what you're going to see. And if you've stitched this, now it's what you're always going to see. I am stitching this on a piece of fabric from Icky Clean. When I made an order with her, she sent me a small piece. It's forget what the count is. It's Arlene, I know I totally told you. What was it? 50/56? 46/52? Anyway, and that's because it's a different count whether it's not a perfect square in an inch. So if you have fabric like that and you don't know, a design that here is more, as you can see, rectangle will not be rectangle. The design may come out more square, or vice versa. So here is where I'm at on my piece. He's only flexing me with one arm. I love this. I am stitching this with Imperial Green from 1884 Silks. And I wanted something different rather than just a black or a gray. So went with this green and love it. One strand, 1/2. It's tiny, as you can see, it's tiny. But I am loving it. Really, really fun. This is an early morning when I just wake up and I can see things really nice, and the light in here is great, not too bright. I try to put some stitches in before I have to move on to a different piece. My new start is a secret stitch for a friend, but I can show you because I got lots of friends. So some of you might be watching and be like, oh, she's totally stitching that for me. You could be wrong. This is from my first design that I'm stitching from the Witchy Stitcher. I will link it down below. Cover your kids' eyes and their ears. My crystal ball says fuck off. My crystal ball. Just using the called for DMC. This is like, I did not hand dye this. I love this fabric though. This is a piece of fabric that I got from the last Deceased Stitcher stash that I acquired. This was in the box and I absolutely love it. So I need to figure out a way to replicate this. I wonder if she did like the shaving cream technique, because the dye is like it's like soft. I mean, yeah, I wonder if that's what she used. I need to try that shaving foam technique. But yeah, that is where I'm at. So this is car stitching for me when I get the boys, or if I want to not work too hard and stitch on something without a lot of thought. I do have a time that I need to get this done by, so that's why I've been working on that as of late. Now, that is all I've been working on. So, because I took Opus off my huge Q snaps, guess what got to go on that huge Q snap? My Mira. My pretty lady. Haven't touched her. Nope, sure haven't. But I love that she fits all on here. Little couple stitches are here. I guess I could recenter it with my OCD, but now I can work on her and add beads and my Swarovski crystals. So yeah, I love how she looks, and definitely want to get back to her for sure. Because I think I want to change. So, and I can get progress on her pretty fast, and I love adding the Swarovskis to her. So, yeah, this is at the Met. If you are interested, I'm doing a DMC with some HDF hand-dyed fibers from Icky Clean, and beading and adding Swarovskis glued down as I go. All right, let me think, what else do I have? Two new things to show you. So that's it for stitching and all that. But I have two things to show you that I was waiting for the shop and have arrived. The one box arrived today, and I haven't even looked at the colors, so we're gonna look at those together. I have a dear friend, Kathy, who I have had the honor of meeting a few times, and I had seen that she had made these thread drops for herself to give out to her friends, and she posted them. I don't know where she had made the post. Anyway, I said something like, "Hells yes, I love that." So she was kind enough to send me some of these thread drops that she had made. That's John Wayne Gacy. That's right. Let's go through more of them, shall we? Yeah. That's David Berkowitz, son of Sam. He's hot, but he's crazy. Ted Bundy. H.H. Holmes. Crap. Oh, who's this? totally spacing. Gosh darn it. Lived in Milwaukee. Crap. I know, fail on that part. Richard Ramirez, Night Stalker. Fun fact, Richard Ramirez was in Southern California. I don't think when we lived there. Anyway, the town that he had murdered, Laguna Hills, I believe. That's where I used to live. And then another John Wayne Gacy. So these are, let's see, let's go this way, are my serial killer thread drops with a charm. And so I love them, and have them just sitting here on my desk, and they crack me up every time I see them. And when I showed them to Joe, I said, oh, look at these thread drops that I got. And he knows what thread drops are, seeing that I've had to make my own for the silks. And he's like, oh, that's nice. And then he'd like hand them back. I'm like, you didn't even look at them. I said, look at them. And he's like, oh, why do you have John Wayne Gacy? Like, went into this whole conversation. But he thought it was Ted Cruz, the political. Anyway, so I contacted Kathy and we chit-chatted, and so I am selling her thread drops that she hand makes, hand punches, prints out, makes the charm, puts them together. Loveliness. So 1884 Stitchery, you go on. This is part of the Serial Killers collection. All those cards that I just showed you, threads, you get 13. I think you get 13 thread drops. The charm on each one, which is different. So like this one is Richard Ramirez. Here is Ted. Here we got Crazy Eyes, Berkowitz. So yeah, go check that out. Then I also have, let's see, these designs as well. Here, this one's better. You can see it's skeleton, and it has like a Halloween Christmas vibe. Some really great paper that I wish was like wallpaper. This is really cool here. So yeah, I have these ones in the round. This is in the ornament shape. And you can see the skeleton. And then you're asking, what is this extra hole here? You always need an extra hole. It is if you are stitching but still have enough length of a thread that you can reuse for another section. Yeah, use the small hole to attach it, to hold on to save for later. And then I also have, so those, the ornament design, if you like those, are the same papers as the rounds. And then this is skeleton, where is it? It's like a wing, angel wing. There you go. And these paper are like a black and gold with skeleton angels. So yeah, go give those a look. Super excited to add those to 1884. But what came today? That's right. another order of Icky Clean salts. As you can see, it's in a priority box. It did not come priority. Obviously the mail system is still jacked up, so this took me almost a week. I had to sit here and wait and refresh. So these colors are not up yet. These colors will not be up until I get back from said vacation. So here we have, okay, so I have, wow, they smell really nice. This is Mystery, because some of these don't have, she sent some and then I ordered some specific colors from her. So that's why they might say mystery on them, because they have not been labeled. You need to shut the door. Yeah, he went to the, he'll be back. So this is called Mystery, but, and as you can see, it's variegated greens. This is a tad lighter, as you can see, and this one is rubbed blue-green. And here is rubbed dark peach. It's coming out more red, probably because of my shirt. Yeah, that's not going to show, but it's a peach color. Here is, this is really pretty, rubbed dark sampler brown. It's a really nice brown, tonal. Oh my god, these match my pink shoes. You know my pink Sergio Rossi shoes? Yeah. Rubbed fuchsia. Definitely more purple than what's coming across as pink. Oh, hi Quail. This is No Name, so this is must have been a color that I asked for her. Really pretty gold, but there is variegated in that lightly, as you can see here. It's lightly variegated. Okay, next. Here is Pennywort, a cream, but it almost has a really light green undertone to it. So Pennywort. Another green color. This is Rubbed Evergreen. And this has is this variegated? It is lightly variegated greens in it. And, oh, gorgeous. This is Embers. Really, really pretty. More purples than pinks, what is showing there. Really, really pretty. So maybe you're gonna start an LDS, a long dog sampler, and you need some thread, or you are starting anything, add in some variegated color. This is Rubbed Eggplant, gorgeous purple. Darker, that is much darker, that's coming across, and that's variegated as well, purples. I'm losing the light here. This is Dragon Blood, More burgundy than, it's definitely not that crazy red that is showing. And when I take photos for these threads, I try to take the most accurate photo that I can capture. But then I also look up DMC equivalents, so then you have something to go off of. This is Autumn Leaves. Look at that. This would be really nice for like a birth sampler. We're not done yet. Hold on. And I'm going to keep you blurred. This is Rubbed Dark Red. Again, not coming across. Rubbed Dark Red. Rubbed Dark Sampler Red. So there, this one's darker and this one's a little lighter. More of an orangey red. And Rubbed Dark Copper. That's really pretty for fall. And this has variegated tones in it. You can see that. So here's like a lighter and here's a darker. And finally, the last three. Holly Leaves. Look at that. Holly Leaves. Ooh, I'm gonna have to find something on this. Holly Berry. Holly Berry. And finally, a nice neutral. This is Wisteria. Look at that. Really, really pretty. So, focus. There we go. So, 5, 10, 18 new colors coming at you. All fabulous, but go, if you are looking for silks, go on 1884stitchery.com and have a look. That is it, you guys. I leave Wednesday, because remember, it's a secret. I leave Wednesday for the big vow renewal surprise extravaganza, which will take place Friday in Vegas. Got my hair done today, just dyed black, and then added some layers. So yeah, super excited, nervous, sweating, anxiety, paranoia, haven't packed yet, tomorrow's busy, but yeah, super excited. So if you want to see any of the festivities, follow me on Instagram at Stitching in Sequins. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below and I will answer them next time. Have a nice evening or whenever you watch this. Bye guys.